going to read part 5 of my 6-part story about a little 9-year-old boy caught into outer space, and he goes to 5 different unusual planets until he reaches home, the home planet of planet Paradisia. This story is called Space Cowboy and the Journey to Planet Paradisia. So far, our intrepid space traveler has visited Life Force planet. He has visited Temptorite. He visited Regredium. And then finally, last time he visited Glacier Planet, where he learned the dangers of a cold heart. This is a perfect story for children, for vacation Bible schools, children's church, or children's camp. It's a 6-part story. You could probably condense it down to 5 parts if it was suitable for you. Well, now Christian is going to visit Oceania, and he's going to discover that Alpha Omega is the creator of everything he's been flying through for this long time. And this is a story that teaches us that God is a creator of all. Okay, let's continue with our story. Christian was wondering what other dangers lie ahead as the Eagle transporter set its course for planet Oceania. And after he visited Oceania, he would arrive at his final stop, which would be Paradisia. And the Lord of Space would be able to get him home again finally. His mind began to wonder as he thought of his strange but wonderful journey throughout space. He was very weary in spirit from his travels and also from missing his mom and dad. And he wondered where the evil Natos had gone off to. He thought of evil Natos, the evil Lord of the universe, who returned to fight him again. And that thought of him coming to fight again was very nervous, made Christian very nervous. As he pondered these situations, something wonderful began to happen around him. The dark expanse of the universe began to light up with green and purple and red and blue. This reminded him of pictures he had seen of the northern lights in the northern hemisphere of the earth. The beautiful rainbow colors shimmered, then waved back and forth like they were saying hello to him. It looked like shimmering light dancers who were jumping like ballerinas across the stage. Such wondrous beauty for a human to behold. Along with the light display, Christian thought he heard a voice of a woman. Thinking that his imagination was getting the best of him, Christian dismissed the thought. Then the voice got louder and louder. Christian, 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 hello, hello, my name is Grace from space, and I'm here to help you on your journey. Don't get discouraged. Keep on the straight pathway to Paradisia, and you'll find what you're looking for, said the beautiful voice from heaven. Just don't give up. You are on a worthy journey. Keep brave and strong. Keep courageous and fight the good fight of faith. Grace from space had such a loving and kind and gentle voice that it made Christian weep. He then strengthened his determination not to give up the journey he started long ago. He was going to reach Paradisia, even if it meant he had to fight Natos again or travel through another terrible asteroid belt. He looked ahead and saw the next planet on his journey, one more planet to go before he reached Paradisia. Up ahead, he saw Oceania, the most beautiful planet created by Alpha Omega, the Lord of Space. Christian, the space cowboy, landed the Eagle like usual, and he climbed out of the capsule to an amazing sight. The entire planet of Oceania was one big, large ocean, but overhead the oceans, there were wonderful islands that floated in the atmosphere. The Eagle had to land on one of these floating islands, and Christian stood next to the Eagle and could view for miles and miles around him. Between the floating islands, the inhabitants built heavy rope bridges that could withstand much weight, and so Christian decided to walk from island to island to view the wonderful sights. The air was sweet to breathe, and overall, Oceania was a delightful place to visit. Christian crossed over one bridge to visit the small town of the next floating island. So different than from Regredium, Christian could hear the voices of laughter and saw many inhabitants sitting together in the green grass reading books together. There were smiles in their faces and a twinkle in their eyes as they read and then talked about what they were reading. According to Oceana, the most impressive thing he saw was a large wooden cross on a hill north of town. Next to the cross were large stained glass windows which reflected the incoming light in the many colors like a moving, waving rainbow. One of the stained glass windows was designed like a man who was in pain, while the other showed a man in triumph like he had just won a race. One of the windows had the name Alpha inscribed at the bottom, and the other had the inscription Omega. Rather curious as to what all this meant, Christian approached one of the inhabitants and he asked, "What's going on here? And what is the cross for in the stained glass windows?" And the dear old creature smiled at Christian and knew that the space cowboy was just a visitor to Oceana. The stained glass windows are pictures of Alpha Omega, who has made everything we see. He designed this beautiful world to reveal to us who he is and what he has done. Do you see the left window with the man in pain? That is Alpha many years ago when he fought Natos, but was wounded in battle. Natos almost won the battle that day, but then you see the right window? That was when Natos knew that Alpha came back from his wound and gained more strength than Natos. We call him Alpha for when he started the battle, and we call him Omega when the battle was won. After Alpha Omega finished the battle, he told Natos to leave and stay away from Oceana. The books we are reading tell the stories of the Lord of Space and how he defeated Natos. The ancient books also tell us all about Paradisia and what life is like on Alpha's planet. One day we all plan to travel to Paradisia and personally meet Alpha Omega. We love Oceana, but want to convey our thankfulness to the Lord of Space. This seems so impressive to Christian that he once more determined to complete his journey to Paradisia. Thank you, kind sir. What is your name? My name, young man, is Gabriel, and I have 3 sisters that live with me. One is Faith, one is Hope, and one is Love. My brother is known as Michael, and he is the servant of the Lord of Space. He flies from galaxy to galaxy and performs tasks for Alpha. And when Alpha has some special announcement to make, he calls on me to make the announcements. Alpha Omega loves to have others involved in his kingdom, Christian, and this includes you. I wonder what special task the king has for you. Well, Gabriel looked like he needed to leave, and so Christian bid farewell and decided not to delay his trip to Paradisia. He was so close, but still had some unknown dangers ahead of him, according to Alpha. The words of warning from Alpha still echoed in Christian's brain. And as you come closer and closer to Paradisia, the dangers will increase and increase. Be brave and let no one stop you in your journey. While Christian walked back over the rope bridge and over to the Eagle transporter, he climbed up the entrance ladder, belted into a seat, and put his helmet back over his head. After a few commands to the liftoff thrusters, our brave little space cowboy was back into space, speeding toward Paradisia. That's part 5 of our 6-part story. Thank you for joining us. I sure hope you're enjoying this story. Please share it with 5 or 8 friends if you can or will. And again, this is a copyrighted story. I wrote this story last year. If you would like an emailable copy, I can email you one. Please contact me at moses43@juno.com or sidstewart57@gmail.com, and I'll tell you how you can get one of these documents emailed to you so you can read it to your group in your church or camp. Thank you for joining us, and God bless. Bye.